Well now, so's that young Goyawe wouldn't go forgetting all he'd been taught, that old medicine man. He fell back on one of them hard, time-honored tricks of the trade. He give the boy a sound thrashing. 'Twa'n't done out of meanness, mind you, but with a mighty solemn aim. He laid into him right proper, not cruel-like, but just stout enough to raise some welts that'd linger. Pain sticks to a feller, the old man says. It's the derndest thing to shake off. And what you don't shake off, well, that there's what keeps you breathing. Deep down in that old codger's ticker, there was a touch of sorrow about it all. But he knowed. Law he knowed full well. The boy had to get some humility hammered into him, to taste the scare of hurtin'. Not to make him puny, no sir, but to toughen him up for what's comin'. Goyawe was just a sprout, full of sap and vinegar. Proud as a peacock, hot-tempered, and stiffer'n a poker. He couldn't abide getting bested by some rickety old-timer with bones like dry twigs and hands that shook like leaves in a gale. But every time he reared up to strike back, that medicine man, he'd pull out something fresh from his bag of tricks. A smart lick here, a sly dodge there, a grapple or a tumble. And down went Goyawe again, sprawling in the dust. Over and over it went like that, for days on end, maybe weeks, if'n you count 'em slow. Till one fine day, when Goyawe finally cottoned on that real strength ain't just in the thews and sinews, that a body's aches ain't nothin' next to the ache of being plumb ignorant, that true winnin' springs from the noggin and the grit inside, that a feller with his spirit set firm can hack his own trail clean through the blackest thicket. And so it come about, one mornin' after a scrap just like all the others, that Goyawe fetched the old man low. Not with hurryin' or roughhouse neither, with a cool head, with seein' clear, with knowin' his onions. The oldster, he grinned wide and didn't bother haulin' hisself up. He waved the boy hush and says only this, "Now you're fit for it." In that very tick, Goyale turned into a real stout-hearted cuss. Not 'cause he'd licked somebody else, no, 'cause he'd licked his own self. Now he was a fighter the likes of which didn't show up often in them parts. And Goyale, he knowed it too. Maybe for the first time ever, without no swagger or moonin' about. With a quiet in his eyes, steady as a mill pond. A quiet that'd trail him from then on, right up to the grave. Or maybe even past it.